Welcome, Agent.
Welcome to Boot Camp, Recruit. I'm Sergeant Wheeler, and I'm here to teach you all you'll need to know to become an elite member of our cyber warfare unit. Your recruitment officer told me you've got a decent head on your shoulders, and I'm here to find out whether or not that's an accurate assessment. I sure hope you don't disappoint. We only take the best at Night Team 4. NITE stands for Network Intrusion and Technical Evaluation. Your task is to identify, infiltrate, and gather intelligence from computer systems used by enemies of the Black Watchmen. Governments are short on time and resources, so it's up to us to take action. We address imminent global threats that can't wait for bureaucracy. Because we're a covert organization operating outside the rules of engagement that govern our allies, intelligence agencies around the world seek our help. Before we cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war, you have some training to do. Ready for the challenge? Then let's lock in. Select the Stinger OS Basics certification in the panel on your left. That will bring up an information screen on your right. Then click Access Certification to begin training. Good luck, Recruit. The Stinger operating system is our own cyber warfare and network intrusion platform. It's a beautiful piece of software, built by combining the most advanced open-source hacking modules from civilian and military sources. If you've experienced any penetration testing platforms like Kali or Metasploit, you'll recognize similarities. Zoning out already? Okay, I know most of you have the attention span of a goldfish when it comes to basic training, but mastering this intrusion platform is key to becoming a lethal cyber warfare agent in the field. Ready to get started? Let's familiarize ourselves with the Stinger OS menu. If this takes more than 5 minutes, I'll fire our user interface team. Only kidding, it'll be easier to fire you. Less paperwork. Each certification is broken up into 3 stages, and your objective will automatically update as we progress. Click Initiate Phase 1 on your left panel, and I'll pass you over to one of our agents to take it from here. Dylan's trained many of our recruits, so you're in good hands.
Comm check, 1127. Hey, this is Agent Dylan. I'll be your wingman during training. Word of advice. It's always the know-it-alls who make the biggest mistakes. And we can't afford mistakes, so keep a level head. As Wheeler explained, you're starting basic and building up from there. Go to the Information Gathering menu on your left and launch the fingerprint module. Drag the window around a bit and complete the test by typing the command HELP. Easy, right?
Information Gathering Module initiated.
Excellent! You can listen and follow basic orders. That's not as common as you'd imagine. The Stinger OS lets you access resources from other divisions within the Black Watchmen. Division 40 is in charge of IMINS, the Imagery Intelligence section, and MASINS, the Measurement and Signature Intelligence. They provide you with satellite feeds and drone coverage during operations. You can access these services at the bottom of your screen. Division 40 is the 4th icon from the left. Click it and enter the following coordinates: 38 latitude, -77 longitude. Once you activate the satellite, click the Back to Globe link to end your task.
Drone and imagery intelligence active.
Nice! Before completing the certification, I want you to check out your agent profile. It's at the top left of your Stinger OS. Change your avatar and return here to finish this certification. Nice! Before completing the certification, I want you to check out your agent profile. It's at the top left.
Turbine C2 registry initiated.
I'm impressed. Agent Dillon seems keen to train you. He must see some potential. Alright, you've completed your first certification. You have another 29 left. You don't need to do it all, but if you are curious, you're welcome to dive in. Not all certifications are about command lines and typing text. Our work also involves other forms of investigation like digital forensics or signal intelligence. We'll learn them soon enough, but you have to master the command line first. It's a standard weapon and a valuable one. Some of this may already be familiar, but it never hurts to recap. Let's start with OSINT. Open Source Intelligence is the act of gathering intel from public data. Regardless of the nature of your target, there's a strong likelihood they've left a mark somewhere on the internet. Collecting all this public information lets you map a target's network infrastructure and identify its point of vulnerability. Your first certificate will focus on domain name reconnaissance. Domain names save us from having to memorize IP addresses. All we need to do is type in a domain name to retrieve a website or access a service. These domain names are managed by a domain name server, or DNS for short. That's great for us because we can extract data about our targets from these servers. Agent Dillon will show you how to find domain and subdomain names, even if the target didn't intend to make the information public.
Man, I love this part. It's fun to see what you newbies are made of and separate the wheat from the chaff. Right, domain name reconnaissance. You'll need the DNS and vhost mapping module, which you'll find in the information gathering menu. The first command you've got to learn is the sfuzzer. Sfuzzer launches a good old-fashioned dictionary attack against the domain name, trying thousands of the most common subdomains used on the net. If you sfuzz a domain name like night-team4.com, the dictionary will first try the obvious www before moving on to other subdomains like mail, FTP, or extranet.niteteam4.com. Each time a domain name answers positively to an sfuzzer request, it will show as active. Since that's all automated, you just need to decide how long to run the dictionary attack. The longer you run it, the more words it tries and the more potential access points you gain. Remember, the attack always starts with the most common words. 10 to 20 seconds is a good enough benchmark for easy targets. Well, what are you waiting for? You're the one who needs to get certified, not me. Open that DNS and vhost module and launch a 10-second dictionary attack on the domain name niteteam4.com. If you get stuck, follow the instructions on the terminal.
Information gathering module initiated.
Another way of finding domain names is through a search engine's database, like Google, Yahoo, Bing, and the likes. Ask Jeeves isn't as useful anymore. Sometimes a search engine will accidentally index a private subdomain because of an oversight, leaked reference, or careless third party. We're here to take advantage of that mistake. I want you to use the OSINTSCAN command on niteteam4.com and specify a database to look through. To look through Google database, you will type -s google.com. To ask for the first 500 results in the search engine, you simply add -d 500. So, your final command will be OSINTSCAN -s google.com -d 500. If you get stuck, the instruction should help.
Information gathering module initiated.
Excellent work! You know what you have now? The expertise to quickly identify potential entry points in an enemy network. You have the keys to their house. Of course, once you're inside the house, you'll need a new strategy. There's one last trick to the OSINTSCAN command. Sometimes, a server can host multiple domains. Though one domain could be protected, another could be vulnerable. IP addresses are unique numbers that identify internet servers, and if you search by IP, you'll find all domains and subdomains present on that server. This doesn't just locate entry points. It helps discover links between organizations, like a supplier or a sister company that shares the same server. Right, let's finish up. Execute an OSINT scan on our IP address, 98.124.199.93.
Information gathering module initiated.
Look how far you've come. Glad to see your recruitment officer was right. It won't be long until we turn you into an excellent agent. Okay, back to work. After you find a network's footprint, you'll need to scan for applications or services which are running on the server. Once you identify them, you'll want to search for any known vulnerabilities you can exploit. Services on a server need to communicate with the internet through a port. In the same way as when browsing the web, your browser connects to an application server via the default port 80. Scanning every possible port is a laborious process, but the Stinger OS comes with a distributed proxy network, using hundreds of servers to return results in seconds. Let's see how well you can find an open port and identify its running software. Agent Dylan will guide you through the explanation.
Time to learn more about our target. Fingerprint commands are pretty straightforward. To scan the www subdomain, type fingerprint www.niteteam4.com. You can enter this command in any terminal to automatically launch the fingerprint module. Also, you can launch the terminal via your information gathering menu. I've put the exact command in your certification objective, so make sure you follow the objectives.
Information gathering module initiated.
As you can see, we're running an Apache server on port 80 for our website. Simple stuff, and thankfully, the fingerprint module didn't identify any vulnerabilities. Can't have the public face of our organization vulnerable to attack. Anyway, a fingerprint works by testing hundreds of requests for a specific technology and recording the software version that's running, along with its known vulnerabilities. Go ahead and run another fingerprint, this time on test.niteteam4.com. I've set the subdomain up specifically for you. You'll now realize it's possible for a domain name to have multiple ports. In this case, none of them are vulnerable, but I'm going to give you access to a vulnerable technology. I want you to target the subdomain server.niteteam4.com with your fingerprint module.
You're almost there, only a few more steps until we give you access to more powerful modules. We need to know you're comfortable with a sidearm before handing you a grenade launcher, so let's finish the basics. This next certificate covers advanced OSINT tactics.
Time to play around with the tools you've learned. I've set up various subdomains on NITE.com, and I want you to test out different S-Fuzzer dictionary attacks. You'll notice contrasting results between a 5-second attack and a 20-second one. Follow the objectives to complete the task.
Information gathering module initiated.
Now, I want you to see the difference between an S-Fuzzer and OS-int scan attack. Run both a 15-second S-Fuzzer and a 500 deep OS-int scan against NITE.com. Excellent! Time for a little test. I've hidden the subdomain forums.NITE.com. Use what you've learned so far to find it. It may be a long S-Fuzzer or a really deep OS-int scan. You might also find it in another search engine's database. Despite what their marketing team says, Google isn't the only one out there. Go for it.
With information on your target's domain, subdomain, port, and software, you can now determine the best way to infiltrate their network. The fingerprint tool may flag up vulnerable technology, but you still need to know how to exploit that weakness. Your Stinger OS has a built-in database of all known exploits. Each one has a unique CVE number, short for Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures. The database is funded by our friends at the Department of Homeland Security, so feel free to send them a thank you card later. A CVE record from our exploit database includes everything you need to reproduce or even automate the attack process. It's like your very own version of the Anarchist Cookbook. Knock yourself out.
Let's start with a normal attack vector. Pull up your DNS and vhost mapping and fingerprint modules to find a vulnerable technology on the domain freekevin.net.
Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated.
Well done! Let's see what we can learn about the vulnerabilities. Open your exploit database module in the information gathering menu, then type the command searchsploit SharePoint-2007 to bring up the CVE vulnerability record.
Information gathering module initiated.
Awesome! Let's go for one more exploit with the command searchsploit CRM 4.0. Then, we can launch into the juicy stuff. Network intrusion.
Information gathering module initiated.
Well, well, recruit, looks like you're about to complete basic terminal operations. What better way to end than a chance to play with the infamous Fox Acid server? Developed by the NSA for their tailored access operations unit, Fox Acid orchestrates automated exploits with multiple applications. The original version was mostly used for inbound queries. A visitor had to call the Fox Acid server to get infected. Our upgrade comes with thousands of outbound automated exploit scripts, so we can now actively attack a target instead of waiting for them to come to us. Civilian tools like Armitage are also useful, but our version is a lot more powerful. For now, we'll give you access to basic scripts and exploits. Your task is to infect the cyberdynegroup.net and install the After Midnight rootkit. This is a small footprint, kernel space, persistent rootkit that will provide backdoor access to their network. After this task, you will complete basic terminal operations. Then, you can move into advanced training or take on your first official mission. Good luck.
You're almost done. You know the drill. Find a vulnerable entry point for the domain cyberdynegroup.net. Follow the instructions in your objective.
Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated.
Awesome! Now, launch the exploit database and find the CVE record for the vulnerable technology.
Information gathering module initiated.
This is it, the final stage of your basic training. Open your Fox Acid server and enter all the attack parameters you saw in the CVE records. Take your time and make sure you've got the attack parameters on the left and the target parameters on the right. When you're ready, click in the center to launch the attack. This will deploy your After Midnight rootkit and install a Turbine C2 card, giving you full backdoor access to their network. Ready? Next time I speak to you, you'll be geared up for the big guns. Damn, I feel proud. I can't wait to hear Wheeler certify you. Now go ahead and finish what you started.
Fox Acid server connection initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Fox Acid attack launched. Fox Acid attack successful. Connection completed. Fox Acid attack launched. Fox Acid attack successful. Network disconnected. Connection completed.
To whom it may concern, it is with great pleasure that I, Sergeant Catherine Wheeler, recommend Agent 7491 for the rank of Security Analyst Level 1. After successfully completing the basic terminal operations training with speed and finesse, this agent is now ready for active duty. I hereby request that we grant access to our Advanced Training Certification and Mission Center. I stand in strong belief that Agent 7491 will be a reliable addition to our organization and wish them a long and successful career in the agency. Respectfully, Sergeant Catherine Wheeler. Military-grade malware was stolen from NITE by as of yet unknown means. SAD believes Bureau 121 to be behind the leak, but they have no proof to back their claims. A similar leak of an NSA exploit in 2017 caused approximately $10 billion in damage. So we need to work fast to locate this malware and assess the scope of the leak. Traces of it have recently been detected in the field, and things could go from bad to worse at any moment. NITE Team 4 has partnered with the US government to operate the Turbine platform. This platform is an automated management and control system for a large and dynamic network of implants. When a malware is deployed, it's automatically registered as what we call a Turbine C2 card. C2 stands for Command and Control. It's basically a registry of backdoors we've secured to various networks. Each Turbine C2 card has its own operation ID and authorization code. Think of it as a Rolodex of covert access into a wide variety of networks. 4 hours ago, someone activated a piece of NITE Team 4 malware known as Blood Dove without a valid operation ID. The deployment was unauthorized and unrelated to any ongoing or sanctioned missions. Your mission objectives are: connect to the Castle Ivy Turbine C2 card, use the WMI scanner to locate any local share folders, use the password attack tools to gain access, locate the copy of our Blood Dove malware.
Oh wow, your first mission. This is exciting. Sergeant Wheeler's briefing was pretty straightforward, but if you have any issues with your file browser and password attack tools, you can always come back to the Academy and complete your digital forensics training. Good luck. Make me proud.
Welcome to Advanced Training. These certifications are not mandatory but can vastly improve your effectiveness during active missions. Your eagerness to better yourself has been noted. Keep it up. As a NITE Team 4 agent, there's more to the job than just wreaking havoc inside a target's network. Collecting data from a compromised network can often mean life and death for our field agents. The information gathered is invaluable to the success of the mission. The following set of certifications will focus on digital forensics, the branch of forensic science focused on recovering and investigating intel found electronically. We're going to start simple. Agent Dylan will introduce you to your Stinger OS file browser, then you'll move on to advanced modules, whose abilities will likely cause you to lose a night or two of sleep.
Well, look who's now a security analyst. Can't wait to upgrade your clearance level. Alright, let's make it happen. Your Stinger OS comes with a file browser that automatically detects a host protocol on Linux or Windows. As long as you've got the necessary credentials, you can log in and browse a target's user files and folders. I've set up a shared folder on my local computer so you can familiarize yourself with the tool. Start by launching the password attack module to brute force my account. The module is in your network intrusion menu. In a future certification, I'll bring you up to speed on dictionary attacks and hash cracking, but for now, just use these parameters. The target URL is ftp.niteteam4.com, and my username is dvorhees. That's Delta Victor, Oscar Oscar, Romeo Hotel, Echo Echo Sierra. After the password attack interface is loaded, select the dictionary John the Ripper and click Start to launch the attack.
Turbine C2 registry initiated. Network disconnected. Connection completed. Turbine C2 registry initiated. Turbine C2 registry initiated.